our very first try here. Changing the floor height where I seem to be standing. Oh, do I have to do a tutorial? I wanted to see how much I could figure out without looking at a tutorial or without looking at preview videos. You know, it always is good to see how much you can figure out without having to use the rules and tutorials, you know? Light pulses. It's a very nice look here. It's a futuristic environment. Place it upward. Make sure the pulse gets here. Easy enough. Make sure the pulse hits them all. So now you see what is going on here. It is a visual it's a sequencer that is based on motion through different parts. The pulse goes through the spheres. This optic splits a light pulse into perpendicular directions. I see, it's training me to use the app in the form of a game. That's a clever way to do it. Let's see what happens here. Place it right. The beam has to go through it. I see, I can't remove that, so I have to try placing it somewhere else. I guess that worked. All right. All right, now I see why this is in VR. Look at that. Here we are in a holographic sort of technological city. We know what's going to go on. Now I could direct it up there. That's not the answer. Congratulations, you have completed the tutorial. Now let's head over to Evolver mode to make it a bit more interesting. Okay, so I've got my move controllers here. I appear to be standing on a floating platform. Evolver or creation. All right, this is what I wanted to do. Just create without having to do more tutorials from that starting point. Let the musician in you break loose. As long as it doesn't go beyond the tracking range. All right, let's start with a new track. See? A sick track. Well, let's hope we can cure its sickness. So there's the laser beam. I see. Throw it away. Wonder if I can copy this. I can. That's great. See, here's a user interface which really works. All right, I've made a beat. Well, that's good. See what other things I have lying around here. What does this do? Oh, it stops things. What happens here? All right, lets them through. I'll recenter my things here. Stoppers are these different types of emitters. I wonder what the difference is. We'll probably figure that out later. Oh, I see. That's interesting. Send it back through the same area from two different directions. But now that I have the extra pulses in the system, they're staying there. That's interesting. Got to remember that. What does this do? Changes the direction. Oh, made a heartbeat. All right. What about if it's one of these? Oops. Oh, interesting. So this will slow it down. I guess the number of arrows the number of arrows will describe the speed at which it travels. So four arrows is the fastest. And 3 appears to be the normal speed. All right, what about this? Aha, there we go. There's the ticket to extra complexity. This thing splits things out. I get it. These crystals multiply the light signals as they travel through, so it goes down or down and up, or... Oh, I see, but it doesn't want to do that. There's a mirror. See, I can't turn it like that, but this reflects back. I like this user interface. It makes visual sense. That is good design when things just standard drum machine sounds. Different notes. Oh, look at this. So we have different selections. Electro, I like those. Techno or house. And then, I see. Chiptune. That's good, and it's also appropriate considering we are playing it on a video game system. I see. So these are large genre things, and then these are sub-styles within those genre. Oh, and here's change the BPM. Well, look at that. See, this is why I wanted to do this. Even before I did any more tutorials than it made me do it first, I was able to see that the design makes sense to me. Turning up my sound system on my HD display. 90s trance. Well, that's nice. For each one of these styles, it gives you a different selection of drums and bass line and leads. That's good. Some of these are kind of corny, but there's obviously stuff we can make use of here. And there's the beginning of a track. That's great. All right. Oh, look at that. It's a flip-flop. So you can use that to make a bit more complicated structure. Oh, look at that. It opens and closes the gate. It's a logic system, so it's two kinds of logic. Fascinating. I have watched some reviews of this app where they didn't give it that great of a review, but I really did suspect that they may have not just realized what they were looking at, because this is not going to replace my Ableton Live anytime soon, but it's a fun music experience, and with what they are giving us here, there's plenty of possibility for complexity. And, a lot of people would say, this is the way you make your finished sick track, right? But perhaps instead of calling it finished, You might rearrange this while you're playing. Like I'm doing here. What I would like to see is the note here. That would be handy. Maybe there's a way I can change that. This is the kind of thing I like. Interesting ways to do music and visual experience. Get some more complexity in the drums here. Now what would be really far out is if I could start making these pulses go out into 3 dimensions. Imagine that. So here we have kind of minimal techno thing going on. Oh, but wait, let's try and do some other drum things here. Wait, and I can copy it. So that is how I might get some snare rolls in there if I want. Or there we go. Fun already. Maybe I need another splitter there. Just keep splitting and splitting. And look at all this extra room I have if I want to keep expanding and expanding and expanding. Sounds a bit like the what else I have are 90s trance, chill out, synthwave, modern acoustic, experimental. I like experimental, you know that I do. Hardcore or chiptune, eh? What's in hardcore? Over the years, I've had the opportunity to play various apps that work kind of like this on the iPad. But it's pretty cool to see one coming to PlayStation. And already I would say that it's cool to do this in VR, but it would be cool if the app would operate pretty harsh. without the VR helmet on, because not everyone has one, and you could use the regular control pad. Well, that's weird. Well, let's annoy everyone by throwing in a bunch of samples. Oh, I see. These have different wave beam things going on. What's up with that one? Sending out pulses very slowly. Created a little breakdown in there. Oh, I know. So if I put that in there, slows everything down a bit. I want some more gadgets here. More gadgets. All right. Oh, the Hoover sound. See, what I need to see is a Hoover symbol on there. Oh, up here. What does that do? I need to adjust the tracking on the PlayStation camera. Excuse me. All right. Is that better? Oh, I see. Oh, look at that. Make a lot more space for myself if I want to. That's great. Acoustic. Jazz, funk, rock, metal, or world. What's in the world? Oh, interesting. Of course, here I would like to be able to tweak that sample a bit, you know, change the pitch of it. A xylophone or marimba or something. Of course, pan flute, acoustic guitar or something. Acoustic bass. Oh, I see. Tribal percussion. That's great. Oops. It's got a groove to it. I could have fun grooving around to this. Some of my sectors are getting annoyed now because they're not getting used. There we go. I interrupted the flow of it. What a shame. All right, let's put it back. Modern. All right, that's enough of this. Let's do something else. Meow. All right. Place this sample in the grid. Okay. So stop it. There we go. All right, what do we do with this? Sick track. Where can I... Oh, I see. Oh ho! I see where we're going with this. Take my sick track out of its thing, and I can see a tiny holographic thing of it on here. I've got 4 turntables. That's cube tables. How good. All right. And then hit play on that. Got my sort of chaos pad here. Aha! Can move the pucks around. Haha! This is going to be a lot of fun. Now here's the question. I can edit one cube while I'm using another cube. You know what? They have done a good job on this. It's usable. Well, that's pretty annoying, so I better go out of my view here. Put this one on. Oops. Did that just go in the trash? No, there it is. Fade that guy out. Fade this guy in. Don't have to... I like this interface. It's sort of futuristic. Looks like something you would see in a Daft Punk video, maybe, or you know, the World of Tron, or Lawnmower Man, or any one of these cyberpunk adventures that we used to go on. Lensman. Have you seen Lensman? All right. Back to the situation. So modern rock or something. See, can I do this? All right, let's see, go back. Please. So here's my my loop slicing puck. Track Lab. At my first look, I like it more than I thought I would like it. It's great, actually. Who knows, I might even use this at a show or something. But even if you don't use things at shows, it's good to have unusual ways to come up with musical ideas. And suppose you are you're bored or you have artist block dealing with your favorite gear, whatever that is. Drum machines, Ableton Live, or guitar, whatever. Play something different for a while. Even if, you know, what you make is not necessarily ready for prime time, you'll come back to your main thing with hopefully some new insight or ideas, right? I think I got this for 15, or maybe, yeah, I think it was 15 on sale. I think maybe the full price is 20, but that's pretty good. Considering there are almost no music apps available on the PlayStation 4 platform, so you don't have a huge selection, but I like this one. It's good, and you have recently seen me making some music on the Dreams beta, which, wow, that has a really complete music environment, considering, you know, it's not running on a standard Mac or PC, but you can still hypothetically make a full track, and you can even deal with voice samples and other things like that. So you could consider it a DAW, in fact. But I'm having a great time since buying a PlayStation VR recently, so I'm looking to review the most interesting applications out there. I don't need to do the ones that everyone else is doing, necessarily, but if you have something really interesting, be sure to send me a promo code or something like that. See, because all of the different loops have a little bit different timing. Oh, look at that. Because that one is going off to the side, they curled the arrangement around the other holographic sides of this cube. I like that. It's an interesting concept. I've got my 4 separate track pieces running here, and let's see. Can I even... I have a cue. Interesting. What does that mean? Oops. Alright, I'll edit this. I'll put some more stuff in it. Some distinctive stuff. Like this cowbell, right? More cowbell. We need more cowbell, don't we? Okay, there's a distinctive loop there. So if I put this in the cue, what's it going to do? Aha, I see. So it waits until the next time through and then pops it right on for me. And then ejects this one into space. Question is, how many tracks can I keep? Can I keep a bunch? I can. I can keep levitating. How many will it let me do before I get absolutely confused? Well, that's cool. You might memorize a set of tracks to play together, just like a DJ playing their favorite dance tracks or something. See how fast I can go? up to 180, which is fast. It's not that fast. And usually you want to go up to at least 250 or 300, right? Just for the heck of it. I like this sort of glitch arrangement thing. It reminds me obviously of Chaos Pad or other flexible effects. Really lets you get more interest out of a pattern by chopping up that pattern. That's fun. Just as I hoped, I'm making EDM, right? Huh. And they magnetize back to their place. That's good. It would be good if it showed me what, in words, what it does, instead of just these icons, but I guess you can get to know what the icons do. Get these experimental rhythms going here. And you know that I would want to put more than one puck on the thing at a time, but the question is how much can the processor or the code deal with? See, right now, one puck will push the other one out. Well, I guess that one isn't coming back. That gave me a reward for that. Oh, did it come back? It's an Easter egg. Let's see what happens. Can I throw it at the tower over there? And it bounces back. They always come back. Let's see. Yep. I'm getting so absorbed I'm forgetting to talk to you. And it will go down to 60. But I would like to go... I've been spoiled now that I have a deluge. I want to go down to 1 BPM. And I know that a lot of gear or software will only let you go as low as 20. 20 is still pretty slow, so that's fine. Oh wait, can I have two? That's great. Got another medal there. Why did I get that? Medal for creating ambient jazz EDM, maybe? This is my very first look at TrackLab. Like I said, I wanted to try it without even doing the tutorials at all, and I see there are tutorial videos that you can watch on the PlayStation Store, and I will check those out now that I just went into my first exploration. But it's always a sign of intuitive design when you don't necessarily have to do the tutorials. When the look or the feel of the application just sort of naturally shows itself to you. It shows you what to do, or you know, because it relates to other things that you've done before. Now, because of course I'm VJ Franz K, I'm always thinking about VJing. So I want to be able to control this background and do other things with it, in addition to controlling the music. Let's see, we'll put this one back on here. But I'm very pleased with this app. I'm going to say this is actually some of the most fun I have had with PlayStation VR. And you've seen me having other fun drawing, and I'm very much looking forward to the Dreams release, when you can use your VR headset with Dreams, and then you'll be able to see the 3D positioning of stuff a little bit more to get that's the best way to sculpt in 3D, is to be able to see it. Early in the loop, we'll start out with a splitter. Oh, look at that. The pulse changes to a rainbow color to remind you of the last circle that it went through. All right, what I need now is I need to take this out. Take these guys out for now. And then put on this guitar solo. Do I have anything that can alter its pitch? See, that's a basic filter. What is this one? Reverb. Yes, reverb. Different settings. So here's a repeat looper, and with filtering on the upper regions and the lower regions too. I see. So see this one. Oh, I see. It's a slicer. A slicer with also reverb on it. And then here, what is it? Aha! Now this is useful for this tonal sort of stuff. So it's a it's taking tonal slices and then pitch shifting them up and adding a bit of a filter there, I think. Messing around a bit, I can get a bit of a pitch bend there. All right, yes, that is getting annoying, isn't it? This is BJ Franz K signing out for now. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe. Creative Technologies. Looking into all the possibilities. If you have any questions, comments, or thoughts, just post them. We like a good discussion. Just say something constructive, you know. Don't be negative on the internet. It just stirs things up. The tonal chopper, also fun with drums, it seems. See, I guess, let's hope it saves the position of all of my turntables. Recalibrate. Tutorial, evolver. I see more games to do. Creation mode. Credits. Settings. Let's see what we can do here. Sound effects on. Background music off. We don't need that. And... oh, I see. So you could turn off the sound effects. You could turn off the sound effects and you'd like, hopefully then you turn off the sound effects and then all you hear is your music and you don't hear a bunch of beeps and stuff. That's great. It saved and recalled exactly where I was before. And let's see, I can go to my library here. And pop these up on the thing. Question is, now I need to look up how to rename the tracks with some name that is actually descriptive instead of just sick. And that'll be that. And it seems I have plenty of slots for tracks there, and I wonder what that stuff is down there. So I guess my library is basically a holographic crate for these records or MP3s or whatever you want to call them. In the future, I guess we'll just put all of our music inside holographic cubes, right? That'll be... kidding aside, of course, a three-dimensional storage medium has vastly more possible storage space, so it might totally be no joke to use cubes with light as the storage thing, and just... I'm looking forward to that. It'll be cool to hold everything in a little cube. VJ Franz K signing out for now, and I'll do another jam with this very soon.